Hey, what's up? It's Tiffany. Before we get started on this week's episode, please be sure to send us your requests at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter X, BlueShakalakapod. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Instagram at BlueShakalakapodcast.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Happy second week of December holidays? Sure, let's go with that. Happy second week of the December holidays, and welcome back to the Booshakalaka podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany, joined by my co-host, Pierre.
My birthday tomorrow. How you doing? What you been watching? What's going on?
Your birthday is December 9th?
10th.
Okay, I was gonna tell you happy birthday before we ended the podcast, but dang, it always has to be about you.
You know it does.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing well, thank you. I'm recovering from a car collision.
Are you serious?
With a median.
I hate you so much.
Nobody was injured but my car. So, just getting that all figured out, and it'll be figured out soon. It's at the shop. We should be good to go. I'm not letting it stress me. Went to the casino last night, won $200.
Damn. Okay. Now, see, we are definitely friends and cosmically tied, and also suffering effects from Mercury retrograde. Every time a Mercury retrograde happens, something happens with the car. So you had a collision, and so did I. Coming back from the gym, it gets it's dark now, so and an unhoused person left their shopping cart in the middle of the road, and so by the time my light saw it and I got time to swerve, bam, side passenger mirror. So just fun
that
stuff like that.
To me, but it was a bird.
See, I would have taken a bird. A bird probably wouldn't have taken it clean off, and I'm like,
oh no. It did.
Oh.
But it's okay. When is Mercury retrograde? I can't even say it. When does it end?
The 14th. So we just gotta
gotta get to Saturday.
Like, come on now, please. Okay.
But we are here for the Krampus retrograde. The synopsis is, while the holiday season represents the most magical time of year, in ancient European folklore warns of Krampus, a horned beast who punishes naughty children at Christmastime. When dysfunctional family squabbling causes young Max to lose his festive spirit, it unleashes the wrath of a fearsome demon. That's enough.
No. I mean, it's enough, but no, that's not what happened.
You don't think so?
No. I was so hopeful for this movie. And not in terms of liking it, but like in terms of the story. I was hopeful. And then it pissed me off. And then you're about to see the full effect of it pissing me off.
All right, let's hit it.
All right, so we start this movie off like Thanksgiving. Quite honestly, this. I'm like, why are we doing all this?
Has nothing to do with the movie, which is crazy.
Yeah, I was like,
even there.
So I was just, I guess to show that the holiday, that people weren't respecting the holiday. They had lost the meaning of it because they're all up in the store fighting each other. And I'm like, I know it does happen because, we both work retail, but I'm like, are we really fighting like this close to Christmas? You should have already gotten your shit by now. I know it happens. I know people do it last minute, but it's just like, it seemed to be a lot for it to be Christmas right around the corner. I feel like it was like Christmas Day the next day. So
it was 3 days before.
Yeah. So it was just very interesting. I was like, what are we doing here? But Max drop kicks the manager at the store, and the family ends up going home. Like it's total chaos at the store. I'm not even gonna go into it. Like, just think Thanksgiving, because it was a little bit too much for me. But I did love how like the security guard was happy, like they were dragging people. It was just funny. They had tasers. It was just a lot going on. They should have had all this in Thanksgiving.
The security guard.
That's what his dad said. He was like, yeah, drop kicking the security guard. Not the manager didn't seem like a good idea, the store manager or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But so Max is at home. He all bloodied and bruised, and he don't get a whipping. But they like barely scold him. Like they just talk about the situation and they just move on from it. And then grandma, she's just like, hey, did you write? His grandma's there, and his grandma's German, because that matters. And she's just like, hey, did you write your letter to Santa? He's like, I'm working on it. Get off my back, old hag. And so I don't remember a lot of names. I know the dad's name is Tom. Mom's name, what, Sarah? So he's one of those dads who's like, is always on his phone. And I've been thinking about this a lot because we grew up in the 90s and there was just a lot of movies with like working dads and they would just always be on their phone. And as growing up, now I'm like, what fucking job is that? Because I don't know anybody who has a job where like somebody calls and they have to get on the phone unless they're like on the board of trustees or something like that. And I'm like, what are you always on the phone for? Like, who's calling you and what you
I don't know, because when 4:30 hits, you can't find me.
So that's why I'm like, in a lot, but to your point, a lot of people, we have your mentality. Like I know VPs and executives, who don't be on their phones. So I'm like, who just be calling you to where you got to take it? But
we'll never know. We'll never know. But it's like the same reason why everybody's dad in movies is an architect. Who knows?
But yeah, so you can tell there's friction between the husband and the wife. That's why I'm bringing that up. Because he's working on the holidays, even though he promised not to. And he's like, well, no, I promised not to travel, ho. I ain't say I wasn't gonna take no calls. But again, what you but again, our company slows down during these times because they know everyone's on vacation. So what job do you have where you be traveling on Christmas Eve? He's cheating. So
maybe like the stock market, because the stock market never closes. Something maybe to do with finance.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm like, he's cheating. But yeah, they're loving, but you can tell they're just like, oh, I miss you, I want you, but we have this thing. And then also the wife's sister is coming for Christmas. Lizzie. Is it Lizzie? Please, I hope it's Linda. Damn. Listen, Linda. So she is coming over and everybody's mad. Tom mad, Max mad. Grandma the only one who's pleasant throughout this whole movie. We never understand her opinions. But so they're upset.
She don't speak. She could have stopped a lot of this, but
I'm sorry. He has a sister named Beth. But she don't like them either. I mean, she's just a typical teenage girl obsessed with her boyfriend.
I mean, Beth is really. I have two things to say about Beth this whole review. Just two. That's it in this hour and 30-minute movie. Just two.
Okay, so yeah,
why did they? It was so funny. So like they're arguing. They send Max to his room. Max, get out of here. And everybody is doing their own thing. Tom and Sarah doing their own thing. Grandma, Beth, and Max are all doing their own thing. And then all of a sudden, the floor starts shaking like the T-Rex is coming up on Jurassic Park. I'm like, what kind of car do they have?
I know. I was like, at first, I was like, is this the scary movie started already? But
girl,
like things were moving, y'all, on the desk. Like the dad had a little cup of gin.
The water was shaking.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was like Jurassic. I hate you.
But no, it's Howard, Linda, and their family in his monster truck. Let's go to Monster Jam. You know they still do Monster Jam.
Of course they do. What are you talking about? They still do that road out. So so yeah, they arrive and they just start. I don't know why this irritated me. Maybe I'm getting old, but the way they were just banging on the damn door, I was just like,
we don't like noise in our older.
Because to let me know. First of all, where's the doorbell? Second of all, because we have smart doorbells now. But second of all, that's it. That's all I know you're there. Like just
right. They were all downstairs,
but they just banged. They just kept banging repeatedly, and I'm like, you would have had to get the fuck up off my property. But yeah, they arrive and you immediately get the dynamic. Basically, I mean, let's just call it what it is. They're Republicans. They're poor. Is that what they are? They got, camouflage. I remember.
No, because there's a point where in Max's letter that they're having a hard time. Yeah. So yes, they're poor, and the family that we follow, Tom and Sarah, are very well off because the dad probably works in finance. So looking for a guy in finance, 6'5", blue eyes, brown eyes. I don't like colored eyes. Well, brown eyes are colored eyes, but I like brown eyes better.
But they just have a lot, like they're just very camo dressed. You can tell by the comments they make. Like they're just very not the kind of family you want over for Christmas.
They didn't take a shower that night.
They need sensitivity training. Showers. So the two girls, Jordan and
Stevie,
if you told me that they got a little boy to play that because they just couldn't find a girl for their audition, I would have believed it. But yeah, Stevie and Jordan, they're the two oldest girls, and they are like daddy's little girls, but like he wants them to be just like you can tell he wanted two boys, but he got two girls. So he's like, well, fuck it, y'all gonna learn how to hunt, y'all gonna learn how to camp, y'all gonna learn how to do all this stuff.
Tomboyish.
Yeah, complete tomboy.
I was a tomboy. I was a tomboy.
Clearly not before you met me.
No, I was about to tell you till like 10. Till I started liking boys, I was a tomboy. Like I was climbing a tree. Like, what you want to do? You want to play tetherball? Let's go. I was battling everybody. I was
what happened to you,
kid.
You should have kept.
I lost. And I couldn't handle it. It ruined me. But the family,
but they're also
nobody likes each other. They're just battling.
Yeah, and they're bullies.
So much tension. Yeah.
Which is like, it's again, why did you come?
Yes, please leave, because the dad didn't even, Howard, who is the brother-in-law, he didn't even want to come. He said he wanted to go to his brother's house, and that's where they should have went. Like, I'm not begging anybody to come visit me on Christmas. I've spent many a Christmases by myself, and I can continue to do it.
And they didn't want you there.
Especially if you're going to come with that shit.
Right.
We sit down, and everybody's having dinner, and they like
complaining.
Issues.
They're bitching.
Sarah's dinner because they can't pronounce crudité or
pate.
Charcuterie board.
Oh, sorry. We left out the most important character of the movie. So her sister also brought their Aunt Dorothy with them. Aunt Dorothy has yellow teeth, so you already know where this is going. And she's just like one of those typical raging, like she didn't have kids, she didn't get married, and she's just angry at the world. But
keep in mind that's not why she's angry. She's just a bad person, because you don't have to be married, and you don't have to have kids. Everybody, let's keep that in mind.
Thank you for that message.
You're welcome.
But yeah, no, she is just a miserable person, and she just like, the reason nobody's in her life is because she don't want nobody in her life. Very, like, you know. But yeah, she just, I don't know. She was pissing me off the whole movie. She always got some fucking comments to make. You could tell she
had one redeeming quality. One. But yes, they're all at dinner, and the girls, Stevie and Jordan, want to embarrass Max by reading his letter out loud to Santa, and they do. And the letter is so heartfelt. He's like, I wish mom and dad could love each other again. Very nice. I wish me and Beth could be closer again. I wish that my family, Howie and Linda, weren't struggling. But then at the last part, he goes overboard. He's like, and I wish that Uncle Howie didn't want Stevie and Jordan to be little boys. It's almost there.
Yeah, but he had thrown a little.
Wouldn't have happened. I don't think they wouldn't have been fighting.
He had to throw a little read in there. But yeah, he tries to
sandwich.
Yeah. After they insult all the mom's cooking, she goes to make creme brulee, which hell no, that takes.
There's no way in hell we are getting a store-bought Sakatimi cake, and you're gonna enjoy it because that's what I like.
By the time she come back in, Max trying to grab the letter, he go and I wish he was like fighting them. Well, it was two of them, but like, yeah,
He's bitter.
He did. They fought. They scrabble, and he's all sad. He runs upstairs. He's like, I hate all y'all. My thing is,
right when this part ended, a commercial came on, and I was like, why does HBO Max have commercials?
Wait, I don't have commercials.
I couldn't believe it. I was flabbergasted. So I called the person whose login I use, and they're like, oh yeah, it's $5 extra for ad free. I said, God damn it.
Oh, so it must just be $5 because I only paid $10. Okay.
I was like, who wants a Ford truck? I didn't ask for this. I couldn't believe it.
Oh my God.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I was like, that had me scared, but my Amazon Prime got commercials. So he run off. He said, now this is where this movie got extremely triggering for me, and I almost cut it off because the parents didn't seem to really defend their son. And when the dad goes and checks on him, he's just like, oh, that's family. You just got to put up with it. And right. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that was the message for your child. And I just felt like Max was unprotected. So at this point,
is because we grew up that way.
Okay, because I'm just like this. I specifically remember the Christmases I spent over there, and I know how it feels when people just ganging up on the child.
Like when people make their child hug somebody because they ask for a hug.
Yeah, and it's like, how is Max at fault? Like literally, how is Max at fault? What you talk like? What? And nobody got nothing to say to the girls. Okay, all right. So yeah, this was very. But this triggering.
Is the catalyst of what happens because his dad doesn't give him the security that he needs. So Max rips up his letter and he throws it outside,
and it go flying on down to the South Pole, and baby over.
I think where does Santa live? Oh, Santa lives in the North Pole. So Krampus lives in the South Pole. Yes. I see what you did there. Come on.
Or the Futurama Santa Claus. So
come on, Craig. They wake up. Well, no, it's not that. It's not that they don't wake up. Just later that night, this crazy blizzard comes through and causes a power outage.
Yeah,
or was it the next morning?
I would say it was the next morning because.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go.
Just because Beth was talking to her boyfriend and he like, that made me so mad. He like come over.
I have a lot to say about it.
Okay, well, we're about to get to it because there's a snow blizzard. There's no electricity. Beth is worried about Derek, and she's like, guys, can I go check on him? I want to go check on him.
So here's the thing: doesn't Derek live with his family?
Well, okay, so hold me here. I mean, look, I want you to respond.
Okay.
He was trying to get Beth to come over to have sex. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, I hate when people play games. So maybe they were gone. Maybe they were at a Christmas party. Because I'm like,
okay.
Because why can you come to my house?
Let's go sleep.
That's the only thing. Because
yes, okay, yeah. Because Beth had a full house. Okay, that makes sense.
So I just assumed they were out somewhere at someone else's house, but I don't know. So yeah, she's like, I need to go check on Derek. I need to go check on Derek. Now this is where they lost me, but maybe it's a cultural difference. My daughter ain't going out in no snow. No. She thought, he only lives 4 blocks away. No. It's literally a blizzard outside. What are you talking about?
He would have to live next door.
Yeah, like I just felt like that was a bit. I get she's a teenager, and he was like, she'll be all right. Maybe it's because we don't live in states where it snows like that. Because to me, I feel like that's dangerous. Even if.
Well, I will tell you that is. I have lived in places where it snows, and it's like it's fun the first 2 days. After that, you like, I got something I need to do. Oh shit, it's ice on the road. I can't do anything. Oh shit, my toe's cold. Taking out the dog.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking back to Snow Day.
It's just for visiting for me. It's just for visiting.
Because like in Snow Day, the kids were out, but this is an active blizzard. So I just felt like I wouldn't let my child. I'd be like,
which is why this next part gets me. There's a knock on the door, and it's UPS delivering a package. If you guys could see you can't even see in front of you. The blizzard is that bad. I would have UPS. I'm going home. Bye. And
well, he wasn't.
Home.
He was DHS. He wasn't the Boys in Brown.
Oh well, yellow.
Oh my God! I just got the end of the movie. So he's delivering presents. But also there's a bag of presents, and Linda answers the door, and she's like, "Who's that for?" And he's like, "That must be from the Boys in Brown." And he goes off and minds his business. And she brings, she gets Howard. We have to call him Howard because Howie's the little boy. He brings everything inside. I just got this. So yeah,
they just brought a bag in the house that had no label on it. It was in a burlap sack or a velveteen sack. Like, what are we doing?
Every time people say that, I laugh. Every time people say burlap sack, I laugh because I think of Oogie Boogie. R.I.P.
Oh well, yeah. The grandma has, everybody's stressed out. Grandma built a fire. She made some hot chocolates. Like, look, this is what we got to do. I'm like, I can only imagine how cold it is in that house. Like, geez, help me. So Beth is walking to the guy's house, and she cannot see in front of her. She cannot see like 3 feet in front of her. It is nothing but snow. And then all of a sudden, the snow stops and it gets pitch black. I would have turned around immediately. There's no way I would have stayed.
It made me wonder
to see what was going on.
Yeah, it made me wonder how far she walked, because we never.
Maybe he lives like a street or 2 over. Maybe it's just one of those type of things right there. I don't know, but like again, like I said, I thought he would be home with his parents. But we look up. Beth looks up, so she sees a figure go boom and just drop on the roof, and it is huge. It looked like a fucking woolly mammoth that big, like. I'm surprised he didn't go through the house when he fell on top of it like that. Exactly. But I guess he could slow himself down.
She said, hell. I mean, she immediately starts screaming and running. And then you can just hear it.
He jumps to the other house, goes roar, then she starts running.
Well, she had to figure out what it was. She thought it was a bird. Or a plane.
And I still would have been scared of that bird.
So, right? The murderous birds. I can't even think of the name right now. Mm-hmm. You know the ones. But yeah, so she started running.
Oh, vultures.
No. The world's most dangerous bird. It's like a
pelican. Pelicans are dangerous.
I hope everyone. Man, they are, but no, it's like that one. I don't know.
Let's look it up.
Just put world's most dangerous bird, and it's like blue and green, and it'd be like
Oh, cassowary.
Thank you. I knew it was a charcuterie board word.
Why they? Oh, because they can kick you and cut you open with a kick. Man, there's some chubby birds.
So remember, like you brought up Jurassic Park. You know how the Velociraptor has the toenail? It has one of those.
Oh, the claws.
Yeah, so it can open your belly.
Ew, oh my God, I would scream bloody murder if I saw one of these.
When we're done recording, go and listen to how it sounds. It really
it sounds like you throwing up. It sounds like Beavis and Butthead throwing up. I don't want to hear that.
It sounds so funny.
So Beth starts running. She sees the delivery truck driver, and he is frozen in the front seat. And she decides to hide under the truck instead of in the truck with the frozen delivery driver. I'd be in there with him.
I don't think it would have helped. Considering what he did to the truck later, I don't think it would have helped. But she gets now this part again. I think literal when I watch movies because I dive into the world. Baby, do you know how cold it would be to be that close up on snow like that, laying on snow? I was like, because I know how cold snow is. I've had a tinge of frostbite before on my hand, and when I tell you, I screamed and I begged and I prayed, like it. Oh my God, it burns. Like it's not cold anymore. So I was like, I know that motherfucker's up there under there dying. But yeah, he circles the car a lot with and we get to see his red bottoms, and he and then he just like jets off, and so she's like, "Is the coast clear?" But then she sees a jack in the box, and it's whirling, and then it stops, and then a figure comes out like a harlequin, and we just hear her scream, and Beth is dead as a doornail. So
we've got to find something else.
I don't know why you dislike Dead as a Doornail.
We've got to find something else before we change this podcast to Dead as a Doornail.
Why do you hate Dead as a Doornail? It's literally a phrase.
Because I've noticed that you use it excessively.
Well, guess what? That's a phrase, and you're gonna have to. You're sounding very un-American. Get her, y'all. So we're back at the house. And everybody's like, "Where's Beth? It's been too long. Why is Beth still gone?" I'm like, "How long did you think she was? If she had really went over there, did you think she was gonna come right back?"
Well, they told her to go for an hour.
Baby, teenage.
They did tell her that, but Tom and Howard decided to go search for her. Grandma says, "No, y'all need to stay home because y'all about to die." And they're like, "Mom, nothing's gonna happen to us. We'll be right back after these messages." Because Howard has that big old truck.
Yeah,
Howard has that big old truck, so it's more.
And they have guns in the truck.
Safer.
And he like, "You brought guns?" He like, "Yeah, you got to be prepared."
Well, I mean, I don't think they would think about guns, but they thought maybe she got stuck in the snow or something of that nature, which makes sense.
That's when he revealed that he brought guns. That's when Howard's like, "Yeah, I did bring guns."
He can't be without them. Can't be without them, baby. You got to protect the tribe.
This is where Grandma starts losing credibility for me, ma'am. Say something more than what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like all this,
she's not giving us enough.
She's being very ominous, but she's not giving us enough. Tell me what the hell is going on.
Right, like I know it's a movie, but you don't know you're in a movie.
So they go and they drive on over, and they go into the house, and it's like it's like all frosty on the inside. It's like a bomb went off in there, like the gas.
No,
like
Katrina. Boom, boom.
And
they're the snowstorm, bitch.
They're calling. But what? But they don't hear anybody. They don't see anybody. Then Tom hears Beth calling, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go run out and find my daughter." Of course, they run out, and then as they're running, Howard gets dragged. Something drags him under. It's like a sand snake from Beetlejuice, and it drags him.
Snow snake.
It drags him like under the snow. So Tom forgets about his daughter and goes and saves Howard, the guy he doesn't like. And like, it's literally pulling him under the snow. He's like, Tom is trying to pull him out, but I mean, the fact that he was even pulling him out sort of was it. Tom is strong because Howard
and a big guy.
Yeah. So the fact that he was even struggling is amazing, but he gives up. Baby, he pulled that revolver, pow in your ass, pow right in the kisser. Mm-hmm. And he pulls him out. He's like, something's biting me. So they managed to get over to the car. The car looks like the Hulk took it ripped off the roof and was trying to kill Thanos. I love that meme where somebody like, imagine you just paid off your car and you go outside and the Hulk threw it at. But the car is like bloodied and bruised, on fire and everything. So they have to walk back. So they walk back. They come in. They're like, "Hey, tell the kids to go in the kitchen. He's hurt." And they're like, "Is your leg bitten?" He's like, "No, that's just a bear trap." Mac's like, "We ain't got no bears around. We live in Connecticut. Ain't no bears around." We don't know where they live, but I'm assuming Connecticut.
I don't either. No, Pittsburgh. Because they say something about the Steelers lost, and that's why the Twins were upset. So I think in Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yes,
so
that's the right state.
Don't play with me today. So they
start to board up the windows, and Howard's like, "Okay, you guys can go ahead and sleep while I stand guard." I don't really see Tom and Sarah sleeping when their daughter is not there. That doesn't make sense to me.
It was a lot of that, but it was a lot of that. Yeah, it was a lot of these bad things are happening, but we're gonna pretend they're not happening.
It just didn't make sense to me. I could see the other part of the family sleeping because I don't give a shit about Beth.
And here go Grandma with all her advice that she could have been given. Oh, keep the fire warm. That's all she said.
Keep the fire hot. No, Grandma, we should have made fires everywhere in the house. We should have been
little fires everywhere.
One flashlight in there. No battery operated lamps. Like
right, and they watching a Christmas movie on the iPad that we could have used to call the police.
And I'm sure they had a garage, so they could have charged their devices in the garage at least. So that was just very unrealistic to me, and also the next part is very unrealistic to me. So everybody's asleep. Howard falls asleep, and the fire goes out. The iPad goes off. We hear some jangling coming down the chimney, and it is a gingerbread coming down like Mission Impossible wrapped up in a chain. So I would have heard all of that. So just to let somebody know, if you're ever asleep in a room with me, just know I'm going to hear everything. I sleep with a fan, and that fan is loud. I still can hear everything that's happening. Like I get, like my mom says, we can hear a rat piss on cotton. I can hear what's going on. Like, it's just crazy how that happens. But, Howie Jr. is like, "Oh, a gingerbread man. Oh, don't mind if I do." Again, gumdrop button lures Howie Jr. to the chimney. He grabs it and takes a bite. Gluttony is going to kill all of us. And it
didn't even seem like a good gingerbread cookie. It was soft.
It was soft. How is that the same thing?
Because I said, look, I said, is that grandma cookies?
I love ginger cookies. Ginger cookies are so good. If you ever go to Whole Foods,
they are.
Whole Foods has a vegan ginger cookie. And I ain't even a fan of, I think because it's just ginger, like a gingerbread cookie, it's not really, I'm not thinking about it like as I would like a chocolate chip cookie. Like, this doesn't taste like chocolate. Even though chocolate is vegan. But, all the other stuff that they put in it. But that gingerbread cookie, baby. It's good. I'm fiending for snacks, but
clearly you should have brought some so you could eat.
No. I'm trying to lose 100 more pounds so I can just disappear. But yes, he's getting dragged up the chimney. The family finally hears them. They do like
by the time he almost gone.
Yeah, they do a Congo line and they hold on to his leg.
Come on,
she got his leg, he got her leg, he got his leg, and they end up still getting his leg.
Right. She look up, she see the gingerbread though. She freaked the fuck out. Now while they were tussling,
that was very reasonable reaction.
Yeah. Now while they were tussling, a log went over to the fire. Went over to the tree and set it on fire. Which Max did put it out with the fire extinguisher, which was very mature. I understand he's a little kid, but that was just, I thought that was, because I feel like most little kids wouldn't know how to work a fire extinguisher.
He seems like a very smart young man. We learned when we were in school. You remember you went over to the firehouse?
I know, but still. But yeah, he didn't aim for the base of the fire though. He didn't do that. But yeah,
he did what he could. So next we get our Kill Bill sequence where Oren Ishii is telling us her backstory about her family in Japan or China, wherever one she was at.
Now, listen to this, y'all. Now she all of a sudden, and this is the only time I'm gonna give Aunt Dorothy her 10s, because she was speaking German this whole time and they've been having to translate. Because they definitely were translating at first, then it went to speak German. So
yes. Do you have this this segment like scrunched up about what happens to her family? Because I
that
have
was
it
cute.
scrunched up.
Oh, okay. So first of all, Tim Burton, who asked you to be here? Because the animation was cute.
It looked
So
like Coraline.
Very much so. So basically, she lived in a small German town, and the whole town had lost its Christmas spirit, and
because they were poor
and lost each other. They didn't want to. They can't say that because then they'll have to talk about capitalism. So basically, and also her family, her mother, her mom and dad, they even were fighting during Christmas. Now, what kind of mother do you have that would have taken your doll and ripped it in half? I'm like, I get that the parents arguing, but what the hell kind of shit is this? This is like child abuse. Get that girl out of here. So she even lost her Christmas spirit along with her parents, and she threw her doll into the fireplace. That night, they came to collect. So Krampus came with his little helpers and took everyone she knew into the underworld. He left her alone as proof of what happened.
With a bell-shaped bauble.
As proof of what happens when you lose your spirit.
So basically, when you're poor, you just got to keep believing, or Krampus is going to come and kill you and not help the needy who have no hope. Krampus can go to hell.
Yeah, his logic, it was a lot, but that's because he looked like that. So
like that's the last thing I'm thinking about when they show the baby going to get free piece of bread.
Yeah. And then they argue, and then they snatching the bread from him. But I gotta keep the Christmas spirit, otherwise Krampus will come kill me and all my family.
I'm like, I have nothing. I am literally starving, and you want me to say Santa's gonna help Krampus?
I thought that's how this movie was gonna end, but it doesn't. So,
but the family's like, oh, we don't believe you, old lady. Like, I ain't got time for this.
Right? They're like, get the fuck up out of here. The only person who really believes is like the mom.
Well, the mom is still in disarray. She's still like.
I saw a human gingerbread man.
Was that a gingerbread man that laughed at me? He said, ho, ho, ha, 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 ho. So Howard is like, you know what? I got to go save my son, Howie. This is what a man is supposed to do.
Tom is like, wait, stop. Don't do that. Stop. He pulled a gun on him. He said, look, I'm starting to like your ass because you patched up my fucked up leg, even though I've been an asshole to you this whole time. Now, what you gonna do is let me go save my son. So he go outside and we see there's even more snowmen than the one that Max, I'm about to call him Sam.
It's
Max.
Like 20.
Yeah, look, I'm about to call him Sam. So yeah, it's a bunch of Jack Frost's outside, and there's one with
I can see your house from up here.
There's one who's wrapped in Howie's like scarf and everything. So he goes out, but then you can see Krampus out there. You can see the little goblins and shit.
Those are the elves.
Elves. We don't know that yet, but yeah. So Sarah like get inside. Now he would pull the gun on Tom, but Sarah pushed them all back and everybody just get inside. I was like, oh, she's like, don't go outside. So
he's scared of women.
So she's great in horror movies, by the way. But
Collette.
Yeah, she's great. But they just listen to her, and this is when it's like the rules get interesting for me because the fire is there, yet things are happening. I thought the fire kept him out, but
no, I think the problem is when they brought that bag of toys into the house, and I think they hid it in the attic, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so the girls.
Well, no. Jordan, they didn't hide it in the attic because it was by the tree. It got burned. So Linda went up to like rewrap them, basically.
Okay.
And in the midst of this, Tom is like, "Hey," he get out his Etch-a-Sketch, and he's like, "Hey, we got a plan." So remember that snowplow we saw that was all the way over there, even though we was out there for like 4 minutes, it got frostbite. So we got to go to snowplow. We bring the snowplow back, and we plow the road. Then we get the cars, and we drive to the mall, and they got a shelter there. And if we can't find it, if the mall is closed, then we'll just keep driving and plowing and driving and plowing. I thought this was a stupid idea. I
mean, what can you do? But whatever. The toys are in the house.
Yes. So the girls go upstairs, Jordan and Stevie, because they got to pee, and Grandma and Aunt Dorothy blew up the bathroom and clogged the toilet, and they just disappear. So anyway, and so also,
no, they don't. They go upstairs and they hear Beth's voice, a robotic Beth's voice coming from the attic. They're like, Beth, everybody's been looking for you. I would have been like, hey, everybody, Beth is upstairs. I wouldn't just go check it out myself. Like, this is unrealistic. Let's be realistic. Because you're not. But you know, that's not what they do. But let's just go ahead and have what happens to the girls before the family gets there.
Mm-hmm.
Jack in the Crack is up there.
Girl.
Anaconda in a box.
Girl.
Jeepers Creepers, Anaconda. This thing looks so scary.
Yes.
That was scary. This movie is
PG-13. Real.
But
that's when I knew I wasn't going to get everything I needed.
Oh, yeah. It looks scary, but it starts eating Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
It just, Anaconda when they was eating the, who did they eat? Oh, when he ate John Voight character and then spit him out and he winked.
If we knew what we knew now, you should have kept them inside you.
Then let him dissolve. But all of the toys start coming to life in the house. We got gingerbread men. There's a bear. There is I don't know, what is an angel? An owl? Angel
it was an angel.
It was crazy.
Yeah, so everybody getting attacked. All the parents are getting attacked. The only people who are safe during this whole catastrophe is Omi and Max. They just sitting downstairs chilling, I guess. But yeah, Howard getting tore by the gingerbread men. And they done took the gingerbread house and made little shanks out of the ice not ice picks, the candy canes, and they're fucking him up in the kitchen. And the bear got Linda on the ground. And there's even like a toy robot that's stabbing Tom.
Oh yeah. That was too much. These toys are going ham.
But Linda sees Stevie laying on the ground, and you know, mother's intuition, but you know, that mother's instinct kicks in where they lift the car over the baby. And so she gets the bear, she bow, stab you in the eye. So she get the bear, she grab an axe, she knocked the angel off her sister, she knocked the little robot off Tom. Then she go and she's like, give me my kids. But the little thing done crawled up into the air vent. So
less talking, more action. If she just would have went up and pow, she would have got her.
Yeah.
But she want to give a little speech real quick. Exactly.
So it goes into the vents. And then so Howard, he ends up shooting and something catches on fire. The gingerbread man catch on fire.
I think it was a candle, like a kerosene candle type of thing.
And they're on fire. They're like, ah! So a couple of them die, but then one is like, fuck it. If I die, we all gonna die. Fuck it, we ball. So he help at Howard, and their dog that's been there this entire time, Rosie. She eats it, and she just munches on the gingerbread.
Delicious. Yeah. When did Rosie go potty?
Fuck you. Fuck you. So yeah, Rosie saves the day, and they all come downstairs, and they all beat up like hell. They're like, "What the hell happened to you, Max? Like, what the hell happened to you?" They're like, "Look, don't ask." But now they're like telling them the plan, like, you know, we gotta go for snowplow. I gotta go snowplow all day in the house. So Rosie goes to the vent, and you know, because they hear creaking upstairs, and she just they let her run into the vent, and I'm like, how big are vents in this house that a big ass bulldog can just go?
You know, vents are like 10 times bigger in movies. Come on now.
Okay.
Come on now. Everybody always crawls through fully the whole body. Like you probably have to snake through a vent in real life, but they just could be on their hands and knees. Come on now. But Rosie, the dog, we hear. Oh!
Do we see Rosie anymore? Do we see Rosie anymore? Okay.
It's not looking good for Rosie, baby. Rosie don't make it, but the Jack in the Box comes down the ceiling. So Rosie did do some damage. You know, she knocked the health like at least down to 25%. Rosie did what she had to do.
Girl, please. I can't. So it's time to get into action. So they start, you know, I guess they get another, you know how you defeat the boss a little bit, but then you got to come back stronger. Pisses me off.
Like Mario in Super Mario World when he comes back and he's in that fucking air balloon and he starts jumping on the ground.
I told you I just rebeat that. This shit is so hard. But yeah, so
it's so easy. Well, to me.
Okay. You play, have you gotten all the levels and all the secrets and everything? That should get hard.
96.
I can't wait till you move here. We're gonna replay.
Star 96.
We'll be replaying. And because I wanted you to eat your words on this podcast. So so yeah, and now they start attacking again. Now, mind you, there's been a baby here this entire movie. I feel like they should have just kept that out of the movie. Little Chrissy.
Yeah.
Because it just seems
she definitely wasn't needed.
It seems so unrealistic that they would just leave this baby unattended so many times. Because they left her in the car when she was there. All this shit is happening and she's just been there. And now these creatures are coming and it's about to eat the baby and ain't nobody looking for it. So
And Tom, who was supposed to be this big, I'll shoot your dad, bitch. I go hunting. If I had a dating profile, it'd be me holding the fish. Howard, got his camo on. Here's a dead buck, bitch. He's not shooting anybody.
But Aunt Dorothy is. Aunt Dorothy grabbed the shotgun.
Aunt Dorothy said,
she started laying these motherfuckers out. So she shoots the bear against the wall, dead. She shoots the angel against the I think they punt the angel and then she shoots it like
yeah, they do.
And she shoots it into the reef and it's dead. And now it's time to kill the Jack in the Box. He like ended on Dorothy, and she's like, "Jingle bell, motherfucker!" But then
I have two machine guns. Oh.
You hear, "This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween." And here go Grandma, cause she got all this wisdom, but don't tell nobody nothing.
Elves.
That need to be the outgoing for the Christmas time. Where did you hide it, Dad? Elves. And baby, we get the Munchkins from Wizard of Oz come jumping through the window. I'm like, this house is done for. Like the repairs. So great is
the first one came in, he had a snowball, he said, and threw it into the fire and put the fire out real fast. He's like, yeah.
So that's what pissed me off, because I thought the fire was supposed to keep y'all out this bitch. But yeah, they come in and they just kind of like have them all up against the wall.
Yeah.
And then they take the baby. They take the baby and then they tie up Aunt Dorothy. And Aunt Dorothy's like, "See you in hell, motherfucker." Like, I'm just like, why are you giving her all these good one-liners? And they snatch both of them away. And then Howard goes after them and he gets on the Jack in the Box and rides off with it. And then that's all.
It really was like riding on the sand. The sand.
Yeah.
And Beetlejuice.
That's it. They're just gone, and they're like, now it's cold in the house. Now I'm like, well, shit. They gotta leave because it's cold.
They better put that tree in that fireplace.
That's why I'm like, and Grandma's still trying to start the fire. It's so sad. But
Tom's like, we gotta go. We have to go. We have to get
so they put everything on. They're like, we gotta go, and we'll just keep doing it. And so they make this plan. Grandma hugs him, and she like, be good.
I gotta do this.
Yeah, be good. She closed the door, lock him out. And then he's like, "Oh, the window." And they're like, "No, Dad, she wants to stay." Because I'm like, they really weren't locked. I just jumped through the damn window that y'all.
She has her drag me to hell moment. I'm always going to say this. When they have a grudge for over 20 to 30 years, it's their drag me to hell moment. Because hers is 80 years.
So she stays. She needs a jacket.
And Krampus comes right in.
He literally, he come down the chimney. I'm like, how does he get out of this chimney with them big ass horns? But because he had to.
He came through the wall, baby. He didn't come down the chimney.
He had to do a lot with them horns. And we see Krampus. Krampus looked like Santa with horns. He looked like Santa got killed. He choked on something.
His outfit's kind of fly though.
It is fly. It's just his face. Like, boy, close your mouth because I know your breath stink.
But then he goes to Grandma.
Quite literally. Them, yeah. But yeah. She just, this pisses me off because for this moment to happen, I just feel like there should have been something to be said. A fuck you. I remember you.
Slap him. That would have been nice.
But so like for this big confrontation to happen, nothing happens. He just shows her a bag of mutant toys and then she dies. Like there's nothing, like, she doesn't get a one-liner. And I'm like, y'all gave them all to Aunt Dorothy and none of the writers could think of anything.
Now all the curse words are used up for the entire movie.
Hello. So
but that's why it's PG-13, like you said. So they're going to the snow plow, but guess what? They don't get far. Because the snow just starts eating them like quicksand.
Yeah, and the snow stakes are coming, and here go Tom. This pissed me off because you got this gun and he's just shooting at the ground. You're not even shooting accurately. And he's just like, go without me. I love y'all. You know, he gives his goodbye to his family. Snow Snake takes him under. And then they get to the snow pile, but damn, now Auntie gone. The mom gets him into the snow plow, but damn, now Mom's gone. And at this point, I'm like, well, the movie's pointless. This is when I lost all hope because I'm like, if the adults are gone, these kids cannot drive no snow plow. It's over with. So here come the elves. Mm-hmm. The elves get Stevie out and they leave Max in there, but Max decides to go save everybody. And he gets out of the snow plow and he's met face to face with Krampus. Krampus walks up to him. He gives him the same little bells of Bali that he gave the grandma. That he gave the grandma, and
but it was wrapped up in pieces of Max's letter. Yeah, so he did get Max's letter.
Yeah, so he just leaves, and you know we hear the grandma saying it's all he left me with. So he runs after him. He's like, "Hey, I take back my wish." He throws it back at him, and it sinks into the ground. And then hell opens up.
Like I was like, thank God, because I know how cold it must have been. He's probably like, whew, this was great.
Oh, I love that.
And then Max does something so weird. He begs for Stevie to be spared, and he's like, take me instead. No.
I would have been like, take my mom, maybe my mom. Like, I don't like you. And that's what, now that we're getting to the climax, it was just so hard for me to like, because what I would have loved is that if Krampus would have came and got the mom's sister and her family, that would have given me everything I needed. But it's like, once the sister died, I was like, the sister didn't do anything. The sister was nice to her brother for the most part, as nice as a teenage sister can be to their little brother. And then, you know, it just seems like once they started going after family members who didn't do anything, like you took the mom, and I'm like, what have we done? So I was like,
I don't know, but Krampus didn't give a shit about take you instead. Krampus said, this is Sparta, and throws Stevie ass into that
right into the damn lava. So he's like, no, I said take me instead. Like there are so many moments where they trick you into thinking Krampus has a heart. Like even when like Max starts crying and he grabs his tear and then he just takes him by the head and drops him into hell. And then, you know, as he's falling, he's just like, I'm sorry, I just wanted everything to be like Christmas to be the same again. And yeah, Krampus say, all right, well, but you'll see it in hell. So bam, Max wakes up and he's in his bed. And he's like, he falls out of his bed actually. Like
he's like at the end of the Everybody video by Backstreet Boys. Everybody had the craziest dream. I was a werewolf. I was a vampire and I was like sucking blood.
So yeah, everything's back to normal. He runs downstairs. He's like,
it's actually not back to normal.
It's not, because you can tell by the lighting. It just looks off.
And everything, no. Everybody is nice. That's the part I'm talking about.
Oh,
Everybody's getting along.
Mm-hmm. Like, Max, we're waiting for you.
And Beth is back, and everybody's there. Like,
yeah, the girls don't look like boys too much. They're just like, all right, time to open presents. We're waiting for you.
Their hats off.
We've been waiting for you, Max, and everybody's just opening presents, and they're like, oh my god, you got this for me? Oh my god, you know, oh, I love this. I can't think of it now.
Polly Pocket.
No, like when you kill animals and make it, what's it called again? Brain fart. Yeah. Thanks for this taxidermy squirrel. I love it. And they're just all happy. And then Max
his mom wouldn't be happy about that.
Right. And then Max.
One girl got some brass knuckles.
Right. Now that I was like, that's what it felt realistic. It's like, but because it felt realistic because she still called him Maxi Pad, because that's what they call them because they're assholes. But you know, he gets his gift and it's
a bauble.
And it's the Krampus one. And then you hear all the little quotes from the movie, like, he don't come to give you presents, he come to take. Like, and
everybody starts looking like, we remember what happened.
And then pan out, and it's the end of St. Elsewhere. Where they're in a fucking snow globe in Krampus's workshop, and it's just a bunch of other snow globes in there, and the movie ends.
Are they dead?
That's what I'm confused about. Or are they dead? Or because you lost the Christmas spirit, he takes you and puts you into a place where you have this Christmas spirit? Because at least that's nicer.
Or like where it's always Christmas?
Yeah, at least that's nicer. I mean, I guess once you're self-aware, it's not that nice because you're still not in reality.
Wikipedia said it's just for him to monitor them and spy on them. They didn't say anything about them being dead, so I don't know. Comment below if you think that these people are dead, because I am unsure.
And I don't. I don't like movies that leave it up to interpretation if it's not some sort of like Shakespeare-esque piece. Like I don't need interpretation for this. I need to know what the fuck happened, because you said, either one would be an interesting option. Like, does he take them and keep them in that permanent stasis of perfect Christmas, or does he just have them monitored in these magical snow globes? Like, okay, you mess up again, I'm coming back. Like, you know what I mean?
It would have been cool if like they were all doing all the Christmas thing, and then the day continued on, and we saw them go to sleep that night, and he woke up again, and it was Christmas. Then that would have gave me the ending that I would have wanted. He's stuck in purgatory at this point.
So you gonna monitor me like year round? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like with.
Yeah. And then the other family, they're not even at home. I gotta stay at this house for eternity. I have one camo hat. Well, guys, that will do it for 2015's Krampus. I give it a 5 out of 10. It wasn't a bad movie. I would recommend it for like teens. Mm-hmm. And maybe like younger kids like us that were able to watch horror movies as kids.
Yeah. Because it's kid friendly. It's kid friendly. There was
y'all.
It may be the first.
Creepy.
It may be the first horror movie we've watched without a rape scene. Oh my god.
You might be right.
Hello. I was like, oh wow. So it really is kid friendly. Besides the cursing, but I mean, come on, y'all, they be cursing.
Y'all heard that.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all heard it.
So, but yeah, it was pretty good. So I would give it a 6. Actually, I'm sorry. I take back my 6. I'm gonna give it a 5.5. Yeah, there's a lack of Black people, and I didn't realize it until I had to give it a rating. Maybe they're probably at the beginning of the during the not Black Friday.
In the mall.
Yeah, they were fighting in the mall. That's all they could give us. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I just wish he would just only harm the bad people. Like, there are clearly people in the movie who you were like, if they would have died, you wouldn't have cared. But he just decided to kill everybody. So,
but did they die? So who knows? I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not sure. But yeah, so that will do it for 2015's Krampus. Please be sure to follow us on BlueSky at BlueShakalakapod, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, BlueShakalakapodcast. Send us your request, BlueShakalakapodcast@gmail.com. Come on. It's the holiday season. So whoop-de-whoop.
It's time to put a Black podcast on the map, Black Sky. So yeah.
Yes. And we will be back next week to review the OG Black Christmas. I'm sorry, I think even though it's called Black Christmas, I don't think there's one Black person in it because it came out in the 70s or 80s. I don't know, but we will see you then. And I hope you're enjoying your holiday season. And we can't wait till Mercury retrograde is gone. Bye-bye.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Elves.
Where did you hide it, Dan?